giving my room a facelift. Every single year, especially around this time of year, I get the impulse to just make over everything in my life, and this year my target is my room. If you're a returning subscriber, you know this wall. This is probably the last time you're going to see the butterfly background on my wall, and I couldn't be happier about it. You probably also know this wall, which is above my bed, especially if you follow me on TikTok, you will have seen that wall a lot. This wall behind me has been the exact same way since I first moved into this house well over a decade ago. I have always had butterflies in some effect on my walls. Once upon a time my walls were blue, the butterflies were still there but they were black, and then the second this got painted to white, I turned those butterflies into pages just to symbolize my love for reading, and I really love what I did there. I think this looks so cute. But it's also time for a change. On the other side of my bed is this wall right here. This is just a little like wall collage style collection of things that honestly mean quite a lot to me. For example, we have the front page of the Daily Prophet here. We have a map of Aurelia, a note that was given to me when I was graduating, and then like a Taylor Swift lyric over here. One thing that's probably going to be incredibly apparent to you if you've seen my room before or are seeing it now is that I am a fangirl. I am a massive fangirl. I grew up loving fictional universes, and my room has always been a testament to the things that I love. I will never ever change that. But I've been looking on Pinterest here and there, and I've been getting really inspired by these sorts of gallery walls. Keep it minimal, keep it neutral, but kind of elevate it a little bit, make it a bit cozier, make it a little, I don't know, elegant as well. This is not going to be a big room transformation or anything. I am just adding frames to my walls. I'm obviously going to add pictures onto that one, and I am going to be framing some of the pieces of like art, postcards, whatnot that I've got on my other wall. And that's literally all we're doing. So it's not a big room makeover, but to me this is a lot because I don't change my room ever. I have been spending the last couple of months collecting a bunch of photo frames. Some of these frames are thrifted. On the wall behind me, did I show you this in my last video? I'm pretty sure I did. I showed you like the sort of formation that I want it to be in. There are 4 frames that I want to use on that wall behind me. Firstly, this humongous one. I think this could be really cute because it's like dark wood and then there's a bit of gold in there. And then another darker one right here. And then I got this gorgeous one. Oh, I'm so in love with this specific one. And much like that one, we've got a circular one. Now, because there are no pictures on that wall right now, I am going to get a couple printed. Like I have concepts of an idea of what I want to put on that wall. Obviously it has to be meaningful, but it can't look like stupid or teenagery, which is exactly what I'm trying to like veer away from. On the other wall that I'm facing right now, I'm going to be framing I think 4 different things on there. This is a gorgeous frame I got. It's just like a gold looking one. Another little golden one here. This one's from TK Maxx. I absolutely love it. It very much like parallels the other frame that I showed you. Then of course we've got a wooden one for this as well. And then this one, look, I don't know how to feel about this one because it is kind of broken, but at the same time I saw the dark red and I saw the gold and I thought that was so me that I need it. Also bought this golden swallow. Don't really have an explanation for why I bought a golden swallow, but I thought it would just look really cute on the wall. And then this was also really random, but I'm gonna put this in the video anyway. I got these 2 like antique looking hooks, and the purpose of that was I want to mount my wand. Yes, my Harry Potter wand. Not on one of these walls, but like in my study room. It's currently on my bookshelf, but I want my bookshelf just to be for books, so I'm going to hopefully put these up somewhere. The last thing, my package from Amazon arrived. I was gonna put a mirror in the middle of like all of the frames that are going to go on that wall, and I saw this one on Amazon and I just had to have her. She's absolutely beautiful. I need to take the butterflies off. I'm kind of feeling a little sad about this. My wall is completely clear and I've just like kind of laid, oh my god, I've just kind of laid down what I want everything to kind of look like when I mount it onto the wall. I think I'm happy with this specific formation. I don't think there's really much I want to change here. I'm gonna start putting these frames up on the wall, but just like holding them up, and then I'm gonna mark them to where I want them. I've marked up my wall really lightly, but I went to Kmart this morning and I got these Command Picture kind of hanging strips. They're quite strong, and they're supposed to be the least damaging for your walls because I don't know if you can see, but there's a sort of Velcro thing. So you have one strip on the back of the frame, one on the wall, and you let it kind of dry on there for a day, and then you put them together and they hold like Velcro. I think I'm just going to do that, which means I'm not going to hang the frames up today. This part, like the white strip, is already on. I'm going to gently use this Velcro here to match it up, and then I'm going to put it onto the wall just so that everything's in the right place. So based on my markings, this goes right here, and there we go. That strip, can you see it from there? I don't think so, but that strip is now on the wall exactly where it should be. All of the tabs are up, but we are not done yet because there's a whole other wall in front of me. I'm going to be doing a very similar thing with this wall, but obviously I only have 4 frames to do. This also means I'm going to have to move things around because some of these frames, like this one, are quite big. I have to create space, so let's do that. I've put my wall back together except for the frames, which will be going on tomorrow. I'm just going to let this sit for like overnight, and then we'll take care of it tomorrow. It's a new day, and the frames have been down there all night long, and I think we're ready to finally put them up. Oh my god, also wanted to add, I did in fact put those hooks up yesterday. Did I show you that? I can't remember if I showed you that, but they've been sitting there and they look really good. I hope they can actually hold the wand up because it is surprisingly heavy, and I've only been able to stick them there because the back of this is hollow. That's really cute. And let's go into my room to put the stuff up on the wall. The first frame that's going up is going to be this one, and this is just to commemorate my love for history. The next one you will clock immediately. It is the Marauders map, a little section of the Marauders map. The 2 that will be on the right hand side of that mirror are going to be these 2. Both of them are related to India. Like this one is just a woman standing against a beige backdrop with a sari, and then this one is just a photo of, like, you know, Indian architecture kind of. This is actually kind of insane to look at. I'm looking at it now and it looks absolutely surreal to look at, but let's talk through the other 4 frames that I'm going to put on the wall behind me. The first one I'm going to put up is this girl in a dress, and this is a page ripped out of Happily Ever After, which is a collection of novellas from the Selection series. Also the Selection series, which I read when I was 10 years old, like I was very young. That was the first ever like pure romance book I'd read. I'd only been reading mystery, fantasy, adventure and things like that, and this was one of like the first times that I stepped outside of my genre. The next 2 I'm going to put out are both postcards, and both of them don't have a special meaning necessarily. This one was taken from a book that I read when I was in high school. The next one is this postcard. It's a postcard from Paris, but it was given to me by my high school English teacher. And then the final one I have, and this is probably one of my favorite frames that I have, it's from TK Maxx. This is Aurelia, which is the continent that Throne of Glass is set in. One of my first high fantasy series. I read that series when I was, I think, like 14 years old, and it put me onto the trajectory of YA fantasy, which has shaped my love for adult fantasy. So this was one of the foundational like series that got me back into reading when I was in a years-long kind of slump from it. And this one's done as well. I'm not done with all the things that I want to change to my room. I think in time, oh hello, I kind of want to replace this mirror because it is silver edged. I know that seems so dumb to care about that, but I love gold hardware. I would love it to look a little more like frame-like a couple of the gold like frames that are on my wall. This could be a little reading nook. Like just picture a little lamp and a sofa or a smaller like bean bag. I just think it would make the space so much nicer. I did a thing. When we last left off, I was looking for a reading chair and I went and got me a Papasan chair. My inspiration for this was this chair over here. After seeing all of this pop up on my TikTok and my Pinterest, I was like, you know what? I need a Papasan chair. My only hope is it gonna fit in that tiny space? Like this is not a lot of room right here. So fingers crossed that it actually works, but that is today's goal. I'm gonna set up my chair. Maybe I'll decorate my chair as well. And I'm gonna have the perfect reading nook. I've spent the past hour having a mental breakdown, having to disassemble and reassemble the like 4 quadrants that make up the actual seat. Oh my god, because they wouldn't fit in together perfectly. It was like a messed up puzzle piece where like the final one wouldn't like close together. I just put all my strength into this and somehow I have finished the base. I'm gonna go eat lunch. I'm so tired. I actually feel like some sort of kitten on a pet bed. It is wonderful. I'm absolutely in love with it. I went to add a cushion for this seat, just like a very normal nice cushion. I'm also considering getting a woven looking stool so that I can put my coffee on there, put my book on there. I don't know, that's like very unnecessary. But I also want to get a lamp because if I want to read there when it gets darker in the evening, I'm gonna need some sort of light. So we're gonna go on an expedition to my favorite place, Kmart, and we're gonna see what we can find. Okay, let's do a quick haul of everything I got. The first thing was this cushion. I don't know, I just feel like it works really well with the chair. I mean, it has like the neutral tones, but it also has a stripe of like, would you say this is blue or green? Because in the store it looked like green to me. Now I'm thinking it's kind of blue, but it's okay. I wanted a color in there because I have some like greenery in this room. So that's why. And I think it will fit perfectly. Like, I'll just pop it. Yeah. That looks great. The next thing I got, and this is a little bit random, but it was this little stool because I think I said this to you earlier, like I want somewhere to put my mug of coffee when I'm sitting here reading. That is the stupidest reason for a purchase I've ever given. This is actually a plant stand. So anyway, perfect height, nice and cute, cheap. And then the final thing I got, which we are going to assemble right here, right now, is this floor lamp. It was the only one left. It's supposed to look like this, like it's, you know, it's got a bit of scoliosis. So I really hope that it's going to fit in this space. Oh, paper cup. That was a big paper cup. And just like that, my reading nook is complete. It's the most perfect little spot ever. I'm never leaving my room ever again. I do need to add in the light bulb. Haven't done that. That brings me to the end of the video. Thank you so much for following along on my room transformation. This is something I've wanted to do for the longest time, and my room feels like my space now. Like, it feels exactly as I've envisioned it. That's all for today's video. Goodbye.